Crypto investors waste way too much time trying to find information that is otherwise quickly accessible using free tools. Hi, I'm Matt, head of research at Collective Shift, where we share the latest and best analyses and advice on this channel to help you create more wealth and freedom. In this video, we'll be covering 3 free tools that I'm using in this bear market to help me make investment decisions. These tools have all been taken from our free resource on the website, the title of which is Comprehensive List of Crypto Research and Analytics Tools. You can find this resource on the website, collectiveshift.io. Alternatively, you can find it in the video description below, where I've left a link there for you that goes directly to the resource. You're welcome. While you're in the video description, if you could like this video, subscribe to the channel, and also turn on your notifications so you do not miss the latest analyses from the team here at Collective Shift. Also, if you are an investor wanting to go deeper into the crypto landscape, whether it's crypto, altcoins, or NFTs, check out the description as well, where there is another link with a special discount code to our member platform. Now, let's dive in. All right, the first tool that I'm using in this bear market to help me make investment decisions is the Blocks Data Dashboard. Specifically, metrics that I'm paying attention to are the alternative metrics that you can scroll down on the left-hand panel once you are on the website. That is the block.co/data. Scroll down on the bottom of the left panel and you can see alternative metrics. We've got web traffic, social, and app usage. There's no denying that interest in crypto, Bitcoin, the whole space has plummeted recently, and a great way to gauge whether interest from retail or the public is growing is by looking at and keeping track of some of these metrics, whether it's search interest in via Google or other search engines, whether it's social engagement, so tracking the follows on the most popular YouTube and Twitter accounts, or also even tracking app usage on the main exchanges and brokerages. These sorts of alternative metrics are often not considered, but I count them as very important when making my longer term investments, because it helps me keep track of, as I said earlier, how much are people paying attention to crypto. If it's sky high, that's probably a warning sign for myself as a long-term investor to not deploy any more capital. Conversely, if interest is very low, like it is currently, that is normally a green light in terms of deploying capital. What I'm going to be looking for, though, importantly, is a confirmation of an uptrend in interest. As I said in my previous video, I don't want to be attempting to catch a falling knife. So tracking these metrics is one way that myself as an investor is going to be looking towards this as a validation that perhaps the bottom is in and people are slowly starting to, deploy more capital and are looking and just being interested in the space. Okay, moving on to free tool number 2 that I'm currently using in this bear market to help me make investment decisions. This one is a real sleeper that I've barely met anyone that knows about it, but it's all free. It's all there for you to use, dovemetrics.com. I get asked all the time, bear market, bull market, over the past 5 years working in the industry, Matt, what's the next thing? What's going to be the next big thing? Share with me what you're seeing. And to be honest, a lot of people wouldn't need to ask these questions if they looked at websites such as this. This has helped me tremendously over the years as an investor identify what trends are upcoming, and therefore it's allowed me to either choose a certain altcoin to invest in, and it's more importantly helped me decide which altcoins are perhaps not worthy of investing in. So we've seen last month, even May 2022, a record amount of venture funding entering the space. It was about $5.5 billion US was announced by funds that they are going to be investing in the space in the next 1 to 3 years. And that was just from 1 month. And by tracking using Dove metrics, I'm going to be keeping a keen eye on where these funds are deploying their capital, because then that conveys to me that a lot of these funds are consistently seeing the same sorts of startups and projects that are coming across their desk. And if I'm seeing the more reputable venture firms consistently investing in the same sort of vertical or subsector within a vertical, so, NFTs you could think of as one vertical. And if we're all seeing a bunch of, DeFi cross NFT platforms raising funds, that's a sign that, hey, the cross between DeFi and NFTs might be picking up by the time the next cycle comes. And then I could look at investing in altcoins that are in that subsector. So that's just one example. There are so many other ways to leverage this information on Dove metrics, but that's just one way that I will continue to be using that as an investor. It is also very quickly a great way to just gauge the level of the amount of capital that is flowing into the sector. Over 2021, first quarter of 2022, we saw records amount of venture funding, venture capital being deployed. And so it'll be interesting to see the back half of 22 and the start of 2023. This will inevitably slow down significantly, in my opinion, but it will really help me gauge just how much is it slowing down thanks to Dove metrics. Okay, moving on to my third free tool that I'm currently using in this bear market. It is Revoke.Cash. As investors, you need capital on the sidelines to be able to deploy. And one scary way that we've seen throughout all 2021, start of 2022, is people losing life-changing amounts of money due to falling victim to phishing attacks, and other ways that they've lost money is also by having transactions that are still, or having their address still attached to other smart contracts that they've previously approved. In this bear market, it's inevitable that a lot of projects and startups are going to fail. So I do want to stress, and it's going to be very unfortunate, but I do want to stress that perhaps a signature that you approved previously for a certain smart contract, humans, they are unpredictable. If things get desperate, you never know that teams could turn on their users. We're in crypto, we hear crazy stories all the time. And having your address attached to a certain smart contract may be the difference between yourself being able to participate in the next market cycle. So yes, Revoke.Cash isn't directly related to helping me make investment decisions, but I did definitely want to include this in here because it is such an important time in this down period to also be, taking stock of your own security. And what this website here does, Revoke.Cash, is it lets you, it's kind of in the name, it lets you plug in your address, your Ethereum address, and it gives you a list of all the addresses that you have previously approved, signed a hash of a transaction, and you've approved a certain smart contract to do all sorts of things with your address. Sometimes by mistake of the developers, sometimes it could be a bit more nefarious and almost long-term con where they're leaving the window open for these malicious actors to perhaps take out all your tokens at a later date. So I did just want to close, and this is a tool that I do frequently kind of just keep updated with my own address, just to make sure that I'm not leaving these old signatures open. And again, that's an attack vector that could cause me to lose funds. I do want to stress that even if you do have your crypto on a cold wallet, you can still accept and approve, make these sorts of approval signatures or confirm these signatures in much the same way that if you're using a hot wallet. So having your crypto on cold storage doesn't exempt you, or doesn't mean that Revoke.Cash is useful for you or is not useful. So there you have it. Those are the 3 free tools that I'm currently using to help me make investment decisions in this bear market. Going over them, we had the blocks, alternative metrics, which are really helping me gauge consumer, retail, public sentiment. an interest in crypto. Number 2 is Dove Metrics, which is helping me gauge what trends are going to be coming up in the 2023, 24, 25 market cycle. Also helping me keep tabs of how much capital is flowing into the space from a venture standpoint. And number 3 is Revoke.Cash, which is, I guess, helping me in a way continue to participate in the market, because it's helping me not fall victim to these, backdoor kind of approvals that can come back to bite you at a later date. And I would like to stress again, we're in a bear market and you don't know what these teams, what levels they could stoop to. You have to think like that, unfortunately. And again, just protect yourself, even if you do at the moment trust the team behind a given project. And I would like to stress also that these metrics are being considered as an investor myself, in conjunction with a bunch of other analyses that we are doing at Collective Shift, particularly those on-chain metrics by Checkmate, who I still consider to be one of the best on-chain experts in the world. So his on-chain analysis is also coming in really handy to, again, help complement and support my investment decisions in association with the 3 tools that I've shared today. My ask for you and my action item, let's start with the action item, is to go to Revoke.Cash and just look and see, plug in your address and see if there are any signatures that you have or any hashes that you have signed that are essentially allowing this smart contract to potentially take all of your tokens in the future. If there are, just make sure you revoke those transactions. Also, my ask of you is to share what free tool, whether it is from our comprehensive list of tools, or whether it's one that isn't there, what one are you currently using that you're finding you're getting a lot of value out of? And if you are getting value out of it, go into 1 or 2 sentences, just exactly how it is saving you time or perhaps helping you make smarter investment decisions. Just a reminder, if you could like this video, subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications. That would really help out the team here at Collective Shift as we continue to produce more great content surrounding investment in particular and security in the crypto space. Please do check out other videos from the channel, and I'll see you again next time.